Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur known for his ambitious ventures like Tesla and SpaceX, was walking through a vibrant downtown park one sunny afternoon. Taking a break from his demanding schedule, Elon decided to observe the world around him. The park was alive with activity, children laughing on the playground, joggers weaving between paths, and street performers showcasing their talents. Amid the energy of the park, Elon noticed a man sitting on a weathered bench. His clothes were clean but worn, and beside him were a couple of duffel bags filled with his few possessions. The man, named Mark Caldwell, had an aura of quiet dignity. He sat there reading an old paperback book, completely immersed in the story, despite the bustling world around him. Something about Mark caught Elon's attention. As he approached, he noticed the man's eyes were sharp and focused, a stark contrast to the hardships his appearance suggested. Elon sat down beside him and struck up a conversation, intrigued by the man's composed demeanor. "What are you reading?" Elon asked, casually. Mark looked up, startled but polite. "It's The Great Gatsby," he replied with a smile. "I've read it a dozen times. Something about it keeps bringing me back." Their conversation soon shifted to Mark's story. Once a high school teacher with a passion for literature, Mark had fallen on hard times after a series of unfortunate events. Budget cuts eliminated his job, mounting medical bills drained his savings, and eventually, he lost his home. Despite it all, Mark spoke with optimism and hope for a better future. "Do you ever think about what you'd do if life gave you a second chance?" Elon asked, leaning forward. Mark chuckled, his tone bittersweet. "All the time. I'd start a place where people like me, people who just need a bit of help, could find resources, education, and hope. Maybe a library where people could access books, technology, and training. A place to restart their lives." Elon, ever the visionary, saw potential in Mark. Here was a man with big dreams, but no means to achieve them. That's when Elon made a life-changing decision. Elon turned to Mark, his expression serious. "What if I gave you $1 million? What would you do with it?" Mark blinked in disbelief. "$1 million?" he repeated, almost laughing. I'd build that library. I'd make sure no one ends up stuck like me, with no way to move forward." "I'm serious," Elon said, pulling out his phone. "If I gave you this money, no strings attached, how would you use it?" Mark hesitated, unsure whether to believe the man sitting next to him. But something in Elon's tone told him this was no joke. With a spark of determination in his voice, Mark outlined his vision. He spoke about creating a resource center for the homeless and underprivileged, a space that offered not just books but also training programs, mentorship, and access to technology. Elon nodded thoughtfully. "All right, let's make it happen." Within days, Mark received an email confirming a transfer of $1 million to a bank account in his name. Elon's only condition? That Mark use the money to make his vision a reality. Mark's first action with the money wasn't what anyone expected. Instead of splurging on luxuries or securing a lavish lifestyle, he rented a small, modest apartment. "I needed stability," he explained. "You can't build a future if you're constantly worrying about where you'll sleep at night." With a roof over his head, Mark dove headfirst into his plans. He contacted local nonprofits, architects, and community leaders to turn his vision into reality. Using a portion of the funds, he leased a vacant storefront in a low-income neighborhood and began transforming it into a vibrant community hub. Mark named the center the Phoenix House, symbolizing rebirth and renewal. He envisioned it as a place where anyone could rise from the ashes of hardship. The Phoenix House wasn't just a library. It became a multipurpose resource center designed to address the root causes of homelessness and poverty. Mark installed computer labs for job training, classrooms for GED preparation, and spaces for financial literacy workshops. He hired staff who understood the struggles of the people they served, counselors, educators, and former homeless individuals who had turned their lives around. The funds were used wisely. Mark allocated money for books, computers, and even mobile hotspots, ensuring that people could access resources remotely if they couldn't make it to the center. He partnered with local businesses to offer internships and job placements for those who completed training programs at the center. One of the most touching moments came when Mark unveiled a children's reading room, decorated with bright murals and filled with storybooks. "I want kids to dream again," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "When I was at my lowest, books were my escape. Now, they'll be a doorway to something better." As the Phoenix House opened its doors, it quickly became a beacon of hope for the community. Hundreds of people visited during the first week, eager to see what it offered. Mark and his team welcomed each visitor with open arms, listening to their stories and helping them map out paths to better futures. The air inside the center buzzed with energy, determination, and a shared sense of possibility. Among those who benefited was Maria, a young single mother of two who had been struggling to find stable work. She joined a financial literacy workshop and was able to secure a childcare stipend through one of the center's partnerships with local charities. With the support she received, Maria completed a resume workshop, practiced mock interviews, and landed a job within weeks at a nearby accounting firm. "The Phoenix House didn't just help me get a job," she said tearfully during a center event, "it gave me the confidence to believe in myself again." Another success story was David, a bright teenager who had dropped out of high school to help his family make ends meet. At the Phoenix House, he found mentors who encouraged him to resume his education. David used the center's free computer labs and study groups to earn his GED. Inspired by Mark's journey, he enrolled in online college courses in computer science and later became one of the center's most active volunteers. "This place gave me my future back," he said proudly. Mark also made sure the Phoenix House extended its impact beyond the building's walls. He launched outreach programs that brought resources to the unhoused population in the surrounding area, including mobile libraries, pop-up job fairs, and food drives. The ripple effect was undeniable. Neighboring communities took note, and leaders began inquiring about how they could replicate the Phoenix House's model. Donations poured in from individuals and local businesses alike, allowing Mark to expand programs and start planning for additional centers in nearby cities. What began as a single location began to grow into a movement, a grassroots effort fueled by the collective belief that lives could be transformed through opportunity and compassion. 6 months after their chance meeting in the park, Elon Musk decided to visit the Phoenix House to see firsthand what had become of his $1 million gift. By then, Mark had not only fulfilled his promise, but exceeded all expectations. Elon arrived unannounced on a sunny afternoon, accompanied by a small team. As he walked through the doors, he was greeted by a bustling scene that far exceeded anything he had imagined. Children were sitting in the colorful reading room, their faces lit up as they flipped through books. In one corner, a group of adults were deep in discussion during a career counseling session, while in another room, young learners were attending a coding workshop. The air was filled with laughter, determination, and the hum of progress. Mark greeted Elon warmly, and together they toured the center. Every room told a story of lives changed. They met Maria, who proudly shared her journey from unemployment to a stable career. David, the former high school dropout, demonstrated a coding project he was building as part of his college coursework. Volunteers shared anecdotes of families reunited and individuals finding hope where there had once been despair. One particularly touching moment came when a young girl named Lily approached Elon holding a hand-drawn picture of a rocket ship. She looked up at him with wide, hopeful eyes and said, "One day, I'm going to work at SpaceX." Elon crouched down to her level, a warm smile spreading across his face. "I believe you will," he said, taking the drawing and promising to keep it as a reminder of her dream. As they continued the tour, Mark revealed plans to expand the Phoenix House model to other cities. Elon was visibly moved. "This is incredible," he said. "You didn't just change your life, you've created a system that changes the lives of others. That's the kind of innovation I believe in." Word of Mark's journey and the Phoenix House's success spread across the nation, garnering attention from media outlets, philanthropists, and policymakers. People were inspired by the story of a homeless man who turned a $1 million gift into a lifeline for countless others. The center became a symbol of what was possible when resources and vision came together. Mark's story was featured on major news networks and in magazines. Social media buzzed with hashtags like #ThePhoenixHouse and #HopeForward. Thousands of people shared their own stories of overcoming hardships, crediting the Phoenix House with giving them the tools and encouragement they needed to succeed. The growing attention brought in even more donations, allowing Mark to establish Phoenix Houses in 5 more cities within 2 years. Each center was tailored to the unique needs of its community but stayed true to the original mission of empowerment through education, training, and support. Former residents of the Phoenix House became ambassadors, sharing their experiences and inspiring others to give back. Elon Musk, inspired by the movement, announced a new initiative called Ground Zero Grants, aimed at funding visionary ideas from individuals who had first-hand experience with systemic challenges. "Mark showed us what's possible when people are given a chance," Elon said at the launch event. "Now, we want to amplify that kind of change across the globe." The impact of the Phoenix House went beyond statistics or headlines. It ignited a cultural shift in how people viewed homelessness and poverty. Communities began recognizing the potential in every individual and prioritizing investments in programs that offered a hand up, not just a handout. Mark, once a man struggling to survive, had become a leader and a beacon of hope. He remained humble, often spending his days mentoring young adults and sitting in on workshops, reminding everyone that he was just like them, a person who needed a second chance and was determined to make the most of it. Lily, the young girl who dreamed of working at SpaceX, eventually became a symbol of the movement's success. Years later, she would achieve her goal, starting an internship at SpaceX and inspiring the next generation to dream big. Mark's journey from a man down on his luck to a leader of a national movement was nothing short of remarkable. His story proved that with the right opportunities, determination, and support, even the most challenging circumstances could be transformed into a source of inspiration and change. But more than that, Mark's story highlighted the power of compassion, the willingness of one person, Elon Musk, to see potential where others might see despair. For Elon, the experience reaffirmed his belief in taking risks and investing in people. The $1 million he gave to Mark was far more than charity. It was an investment in hope, in innovation, and in the human spirit. Through the Phoenix House, Elon witnessed firsthand what could happen when resources met resilience, and he vowed to continue using his platform to empower others. The Phoenix House became more than just a community center. It became a living testament to the idea that change starts with a single spark. Each person who walked through its doors left with not only new skills or support, but also a renewed sense of self-worth and purpose. And that impact rippled outward, through families, communities, and even the nation. For Mark, the success of the Phoenix House was deeply personal. He often reflected on the moment he sat on that park bench, feeling invisible to the world, and how everything had changed with a simple conversation. It reminded him to never underestimate the power of listening, of caring, and of giving people the chance to rise. His favorite part of each day was hearing the stories of those the Phoenix House had helped, stories of resilience, growth, and triumph. It reminded him that while his journey had been extraordinary, it was part of something much larger, a shared human experience of overcoming adversity and striving for a better future. As the years went by, the Phoenix House continued to grow, inspiring similar initiatives worldwide. And at every new location's opening ceremony, Mark would share the same message: no matter where you start, no matter how dark things might seem, there's always a way forward. Believe in yourself, and believe in the power of helping one another. Mark's story wasn't just a tale of transformation, it was a call to action for everyone to see the potential in themselves and others. It was a reminder that small acts of kindness, when combined with determination and opportunity, could lead to monumental change. And it was proof that sometimes, the most profound legacies begin with a single moment of compassion.